Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to a FIFA 23 video. Today we're going to open a couple of packs on the web app, see what the pack luck is kind of like, and look at the Marquee matchups SBC as well. See how cheaply we can do it, see if I can show you guys any tips or tricks as to completing them slightly cheaper. I'll be completing one SBC at a time, hopefully packing something that will then help me complete the next section or make it cheaper at the very least. But if you guys end up finding this video helpful or enjoyable, then please do leave a like on the video. It supports me, the video, and the channel out a whole bunch. Obviously, hit that sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. We've got so much FIFA 23 content coming out, and when that full game comes out, you better know there is going to be so much happening on this channel and obviously on the Twitch live streams. But for now, let's get into this. Let's start looking at those SBCs and some packs. Just before we jump into the first packs, let's hear from today's video sponsor. Do you need some more coins for your FIFA Ultimate Team? Then look no further than U7Buy. They're the cheapest and most reliable place to get your FIFA Ultimate Team coins. And if you use code HURSTY at checkout, you'll get yourself an extra discount. I want to say a massive thank you to U7Buy for sponsoring us. Don't forget that code HURSTY. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, so here we are on the web app. I'm using my sort of FIFA 23 web app overlay stuff, so sorry that it's a little bit different to sort of what you would normally see, but we're going to be having a little look at obviously the marquee matchups. As I said to you guys, this is going to be a little bit of a broken up kind of thing. Like if you're looking specifically for the completion guide of marquee matchups, how to complete it and stuff, there will be sections throughout this. You will see it. Feel free to drag through and see the sort of squads I've put together. But I have also completed the early access challenge. This was quite straightforward. This was just like a bunch of bronze players. Just make sure you got a couple of little links in there. 3 players with 3 obviously gives you 9 straight away, and then a couple of players with 2. And you're good to go. That's basically all you need, and that gives you a 2-player pack as well. So I thought we'd open up these two-player packs to start off with, as I've heard these 2-player packs have been like pretty good for people. So we've got 2 to go here. One is untradeable, and then one is tradable. This one has only got 1 rare in it, so we'll start off with the untradeable one. And if I get a duplicate, I will be a little bit miffed, but we'll start off with this untradeable 2-player pack, and we start off with a Gabriel Veron. That's not fantastic, however, that could be helpful for SBCs down the line. It could be good for sort of like League and Nation hybrids, those kind of things. Brazilians are always helpful to get, and it does include a right mid position, which is pretty good. Rare silvers aren't the worst thing to get as well, because there's a couple of SBCs that require silvers or minimum silvers, so that's pretty helpful. And the other 2-player pack, so this is the one I think we just got from the SBC we just completed. And we get ourselves Coates. Again, not crazy good. It's good for SBCs. Gino Wijnaldum's not too bad. Dutch, Roma, the Italian league. So it's not the end of the world in regards to helpful for SBCs. But it's not the most amazing thing we could have packed. So a little bit disappointing, but that kind of is what it is. Now we'll move on into the marquee matchups. Again, this is going to be where it's a little bit broken apart, because I'm going to be completing them one at a time, opening the pack, and then trying to then use what we get from that to maybe make the other parts cheaper. What I will always say with these SBCs is take what I've done with a pinch of salt. This isn't to say go and buy this exact 11, because realistically, this exact 11 isn't necessarily going to help you. I'll show you on here the chemistry links that we have, so you can see the links that we're actually using. All these yellow ones are dead links, so don't actually add anything to the chemistry, but you can see where I've attributed the chemistry points and how I've sort of worked those out. And you can see again, so here, these are the little bits that are ticking on this bit. So all of this stuff at the top here is how we've gained chemistry points. So it's nothing crazy. It's nothing like too scary or interesting. I find this view much easier, by the way. If you click the full view, it's so much easier to work out what's actually going on. I find that visually a lot more helpful. So all of these little sections that are completed here are where we're actually gaining chemistry. I had to buy the 3 silvers as I didn't have any silvers in the club. Other than that, these are all players I had, so I was a little bit lucky with not having to spend too much here. And we get a small Electrum players pack. It's, again, not a crazy good pack, but we'll see what we get. It's 6 items, 3 golds, 3 silvers, obviously all players. It's going to be like a combo ball kind of card, which is our rare, which is a real shame. That's an absolute stinker. And the golds don't really help us too much. It's not too fantastic. I'll have a little look and see if there's anything we can maybe sell with these silvers, because silvers were looking pretty good for sort of for some potential coinage. So what I'll do is I'll send this stuff to the club for now, and then I'll see you guys when I've completed the next SBC. Okay, I've completed the second part. This is the Netherlands versus Belgium. This cost me about 1,000 coins. I had to go ahead and buy the Coleman. I had to buy I forgot his name. Mikalenko, that's it. and I had to buy Elise. As you can see, they cost me just over 1,000 coins. Everything else I had in the club already. And honestly, I'm okay with what I'm submitting here. The only player I was considering using early doors was El Shaarawy, but he's not going to be too crazy expensive. And just helped with chemistry. Again, if you guys need to see the way I got these chemistry points, that is how. I've got a lot more than the 20 or so that we sorry, it's 18 you needed. I got 22, so I did gain a couple of extras, and that was just because Coleman ended up being the cheapest option for me to pick up for a right back or centre mid, so I gained loads of extras for the extra Everton link essentially. But yeah, that's a nice easy one to submit, nothing too crazy. I get a mixed players pack, which is a little bit stinky. It's not really the best pack to get, but again, it could be that it's helpful for the other ones. 4 gold players is kind of the main thing I'm holding out for here, and 4 silvers again could just kind of tick a couple of boxes. We just need something that's going to be helpful for the SBCs. Mario Gaspar, not too crazy good. Again, kind of somewhat helpful. Paulson's not too bad. Woods, again, somewhat helpful. Some Brazilians, which are fantastic. It's a shame that the League and Nation hybrid for the 11 thing is all gold. Otherwise, he would have been perfect. But it could be that I end up getting a couple of these players into the other parts of the SBCs. I'll go ahead and complete the third part and see you in a second. Okay, completed the Portugal versus Spain SBC. Now, you can see a few players in there with the links. My Portuguese player completely off chemistry. At this point, all you need to do is make sure at least one of the Portuguese or Spain players, it doesn't really matter that they get chemistry. You can get chemistry across everyone else. Again, here's how my chemistry was attributed. Kind of a lot of very small, useless links, and then I just went heavy on League and Nation. So I just made sure that I had a nation that I was pretty solid with, and then 2 leagues that had a lot of those players in. So just by players being Spanish and from either the Santander or the Santander 2, they were guaranteed chemistry. So pretty much I had 8 players that were all going to get at least 2 is kind of what I thought, or 3. So that's kind of how it worked out. It worked out pretty well, pretty cheap. It cost me again, I think it was about 1,500 coins because I had to buy 4 players. So that gives me a small Prime Goals players pack. Out of all the ones we've had so far, this is by far the best pack we've opened. Hopefully this gives us something decent, because the others have been a little bit stinky. Fingers crossed we get ourselves a... Lo Celso's not great. I have no idea his value. Antonio I'm pretty happy with. I'm pretty happy with Antonio. Not really selling for too much, but he is somebody I'll definitely use at the start of the game. Saar, I'm pretty sure is going to be pretty cheap, just because the 2-star weak foot, I don't see many people running too many championship teams to start off with. If that was in the Prem, I think he'd have a half decent card. But yeah, not too bad. I'll take that. But let's get the last one done, and hopefully that pack and the pack for completing the whole thing pays out. Let's hope. Okay, last part of this SBC is the England versus Germany. The only players I had to buy here were, I had to buy this Mateus Reis, and then I had to buy Darlow. Everyone else I already had in the club. There's a couple of players I would have liked to have kept. Like, I would have kind of liked to have kept the João Victor for SBCs. I was going to keep Ivan Toney as a potential starter, but obviously I've got Antonio now because I'm going really budget for the start, build those coins up, and then go from there. So that's ended up being what it is. It's cost me just under 2,000 coins. It's like 1.6 or something like that K for these two. So not too bad. Again, if you want to see how I've associated the chemistry, how I've worked it out, again, I went with, obviously, you can only have 4 players from one league. So realistically, the most efficient way of doing it is doing 3 sets of 3 from specific leagues, and then getting your other chemistry through teams or through nations. So I went heavy in on England because I knew I could get 5 English players, because I went with 4 from one league, and then the random player that I was just going to chuck in could be literally any league. As long as they were in position, they were guaranteed 2 chemistry by being a 5th English player. So that guarantees 10 straight off the bat just across those 5, and then obviously you get a bonus 4, so you go straight up to 14 because the other 3, or the other 4, sorry, are all in the same league. Any team overlaps, obviously even more chemistry. So again, that's how I've worked that one out. It's been pretty efficient because it suits my account. As I always say, these are guidelines as to how I've completed it with what I've been able to submit. It's all based on, obviously, what you guys have in your club to make it cheaper. It says I can't exchange a player. Is this that thing that was broken? People were saying before that this was broken. Let me see if I can fix this, because I think people were saying you had to put a centre mid in or something like that, and then swap it with a CDM. Is that right? Am I remembering that correctly? Oh, I just had to put a centre mid to the bench, apparently, and that did it. So, okay, so that's great news. So Prime Mixed Player Pack for completing that SBC, and then a 25k pack, a Premium Gold Player Pack for completing the entire set. So let's get those bad boys opened. Let's see if we can get anything decent. We'll open the Prime Mixed first. So 4 golds, 4 silvers, 4 bronze, 6 rares, hoping for a good chunk of those being obviously rare golds, but that is a terrible sign with our rare being a bronze. I did actually get a couple of rares though. Okay, you know what? Straight off the bat, I'm pretty happy with Rabiot. I made a video, I made a TikTok about Rabiot, thinking he actually looks very good as a starter card. I'm very happy with that. Rabiot is somebody I'm going to keep hold of. Toloi, I might see what his price is. I might end up selling him. He's only going for about 1,000 coins. Might end up keeping hold. Lacazette's going to be good for SBCs, man. Keo, very, very nice to get for SBCs. Might hold on to him just for a little bit. And then again, just some general stuff going on there. So very, very happy with that. Rabiot, I think, is a big dub. Again, shame price-wise, obviously, that's not really reflective at the moment. But Premium Gold Players Pack, biggest pack I've opened so far on FIFA 23. Let's see if we get anything decent. Oh, God. These combo balls are killing me. These combo balls are absolutely killing me. Ooh. Hold the phone. Darwin Núñez. Wow, wow, wow. 3-star, 3-star. Such a shame. You know what? That is a real solid card. Baku, very good card as well there. Not really much else to shout about, but that's okay. I'm very happy with Darwin Núñez. That is a really, really good pull. I will definitely take that. He probably will get a one to watch in a little while, but I'm not too upset with the fact that I've got him anyway. Again, he goes straight into my starting team. Players like Antonio, obviously sitting alongside him. Really happy with that. Let me know what you guys got in your marquee matchups. Let me know if you guys struggled to complete it or if you were all okay. I think overall, I think we did all right. I think we could have done a lot better, but I think we did okay. I think there's a couple of players I'm going to hold on to, and when the full release comes out, I expect them to go up a little bit. Núñez, I think, will be one of those. But that was it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please leave a like on the video. It supports me, the video, the channel, everything else so much. So thank you so much for all the support. Make sure you hit that sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. Don't forget, of course, to go and check out our live streams over on Twitch. There is a link down below. We also stream on TikTok and upload on TikTok, so make sure you check out that link as well. Massive thank you to our channel sponsors. Of course, thank you guys for showing them some love and supporting the channel by checking those links out too. But that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you very soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands in a bit.
Name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know.